What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to GazetteSports.com and the Press Telegram. It's Mike, and this state basketball video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company, the perfect place to cater your next team event. What a long walk it's been to this final basketball game. Only 12 teams left in the state, as this Jackrabbits team has overcome a lot of adversity over the last 4 months to get on the bus and head to Sacramento, seeking a first boys basketball state championship since 1984. It'll be the last year riding the sleepy train as the Jackrabbits face the San Mateo Serra Padres. Last time, as I mentioned, in the Sleep Train Arena, moving downtown to the Golden One Arena next year. So Poly hoping to make a little history one last time as we see two teams, one motto, defend or die. Both these teams care tremendously about playing defense, as Harrison Bonner and the boys have been pretty good at shutting down their opponents so far this state playoffs. Certainly in an arena game, you're expecting the defense to come out a little bit further ahead than the offense, but especially when you've got two defenses that play solid ball pressure man defense like the Jackrabbits and Padres do. But you sort of feel like, well, that's Poly's game. They want to play that physical defense. They want the refs to let the players play tight, and they want to score in transition off those turnovers, and that's what they did starting out. They also opened up hot from distance as Daryl Polk and Harrison Bonner would knock down some long-range shots. Now, the Padres played their NorCal regional game in this building and went 22 of 42 from the field, so you knew they were going to be comfortable here. But Poly getting out to this 7-2 lead as the mid-range game was hitting to put them up 11-8 after the first quarter, you certainly feeling like, okay, this is favoring the Jackrabbits. Drew Buggs finding Brandon Henry. Poly really settling in that first quarter, first half, looking pretty comfortable, even when the threes weren't falling. Zafir Williams there with the putback and the strong move inside, kind of what we expected to see. On the other end, anytime the Jackrabbits gave any space to the Padres, they were able to cash it in as Miles Todzo hits from distance. Drew Buggs off his one good ACL. And then John Beese from the elbow for the Padres. There were, especially in the second quarter, some tough foul calls. It was 21 free throw attempts to 3 on the game in favor of the Padres. Jake Killingsworth, 15 and 16. He's a great player for his team. Lee Jones, though, the most dangerous player for Serra, a dime dropper. He keys a 10-0 run for Serra in the third quarter. The Jackrabbits would spend the rest of the game trying to fight their way out of that hole. They started off doing it in the paint, as you see Williams getting the and one call right there for one of Poly's 3 free throw attempts. And then after this defensive 5-second call, the Poly crowd thinking, okay, we're in business. Down 32-26 after 3, but the momentum wearing black, green, and gold. Poly able to chip away at it. They got some nice individual efforts from Henry and from Bonner on the driving left-handed layup right there. But Jones says, who's your Padre? Another great dish to Killingsworth on this no-look spin move dime. San Mateo Serra just always had an answer for every Poly run. This huge 3 from Bonner and a no call on the contact on the offense is going to bring Poly back within 5. But every time Poly got a bucket, Serra had an answer. They made some tough shots in the fourth quarter. Jackrabbits scoring, but they just needed a stop. 16 and 10 points for Zafir Williams in the final game of the season. And then Testa harnessing the power of electricity. When they were able to get it inside, they cashed it in the fourth quarter. This would have made it a 3-point game on the made 3, but they called a charge on Polk as the sophomore will foul out with his 5th foul. Drew Buggs also fouling out in this game. Poly just couldn't get the buckets or the calls they needed. It was a tough year of kind of almost won a CIF championship, so close to winning a state title, but the Serra student section and crowd are feeling it as they make enough free throws down the stretch to win their first ever state championship. Final score, Serra 48, Long Beach Poly 43 as the season ends, and a disappointing note for the Jackrabbits, still obviously historic to get to the state title for the first time in 32 years. We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Long Beach Transit. Their route number 1 now stops at Cal State Dominguez Hills, South Bay Pavilion, and the StubHub Center, home of your LA Galaxy. What feels like the world's longest ever basketball season has come to an end, which means come back later this week. It is officially baseball, track, softball, boys volleyball, everything else in the spring we will be bringing to you right here at GazetteSports.com and the Press Telegram.